is well. I can see we are quite low on numbers today, which is perfectly fine. No problem. We're about 8 minutes past start time, so we'll get going. I'm just going to quickly check. Catherine, Nahanda, can you both hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Good evening.
Good evening. Fantastic.
Yep.
Perfect. And are you both relatively new? Have you been in the team for a while? What's your kind of level of experience at the moment?
I would say relatively new in terms of experience, but yeah, very, very new.
Okay. How long have you been in the team?
I signed up for maybe February, but to be honest, I didn't do much for like the first month or so, so still kind of getting my head around it all. No
problem. That's fine. And Nahanda, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name correctly.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, I am new. I'm just nearly a month now. I've signed up. So okay. Yes, I'm still on demo. Yes, just learning on demo still.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. You're both at kind of similar stages, so that's fine. And can I just check, in terms of what packages you have, is it HFX, DCX, FRX, or Elite? What do you both have?
I've got HFX.
Okay.
I think I have the Elite pack, but I'm downgraded to the FRX because I'm concentrated more on that at the moment.
Okay. So Catherine FRX and Nahanda HFX. Okay, that's perfectly fine. And yeah, okay, cool. So what these sessions are, so I'm sure I've been in the team since last July, and what these sessions are designed to do is just we basically, every Wednesday I will pick a new topic to discuss, to show the team. So we've done things like new strategies on the platform. We've done things around funded accounts. We've done things around kind of how to manage your trades. What I'm going to go through today is the actual GOLIVE platform. Now, what I think has I've come across is a lot of people join, but maybe don't necessarily know the full capabilities of what they've got available. So I'm just going to use like today's session just to really show you the GOLIVE platform. One of the things which made me, relatively successful when I first joined was really watching the live sessions. Are you both kind of used to GOLIVE, or you've not really had a chance to log on to it at the moment?
No, I go on there. I go on mills on majority of the evenings, and I do listen to the two guys. Remember the name?
Brandon Boyd and Jocelyn?
Yes, yeah.
Perfect. And how about yourself, Catherine?
Yeah, no, I've been watching some of the sessions. So I've been looking at which ones I've been doing. Manicure on the FRX, and some of Anastasia's GOLIVE as well. I've done some of the basic ones already, a little while ago.
Fantastic. Okay, good. So you definitely both sound like you're in the right place in terms of kind of in your early stages, knowing where to navigate. Let me. I might open over here. Clear that. All right, perfect. Okay, so that's totally cool. So you're both, from the sounds of things, have got your educators. So Catherine, your kind of Manicure and Anastasia. Those are certainly two that I would recommend. And I know there's a lot of Millie Mills fans out there, as you can see by her weekly views. Over 200,000. So certainly, Nahanda, you've gone for a very popular person to select from there. So what I would just add to that, what I found very useful is you both probably be familiar with, when you click onto any of the educators, you've got their, all of their recorded sessions, and you've also got their favorite sessions as well. So their favorite sessions are very much the ones that they have said, these are the ones which, if you're new or if you're partway through your journey, we would really strongly encourage you to go on to these. So is this something that you kind of seen before, Nehanda, or is this kind of bit here, is this new, or is this you're kind of familiar with this already?
I've seen it before, but I actually haven't watched any of hers yet, but I've seen it.
Okay. So that's fine. Yeah, certainly I would encourage it. If you're doing HFX, you would have gone through the HFX Academy through IM Center, which is really valuable. And then really and again, similar for yourself, Catherine, you would have gone through the FRX videos, which are mainly manicure, the ones on IM Center, those kind of 3 to 10 minute videos. And then you want to then progress and watch the favorite session. So if we're looking at millimills in particular, you want to really, if you're looking at HFX in particular, on the IM Center, you're going to have, videos 3 minutes to 10 minutes that are going to go through, very, very high level introduction to some of these concepts. When you go to the favorite sessions, you're going to really get it explained to you, over a course of an hour, 40 minutes, how to actually use the Liberty and simple scalper strategy, 45 minutes on how to use, the indicators, what is HFX, what is the HFX broker. So these are very, very good videos once you've kind of covered the fundamentals in the IM Center, to then come over to here and then to really go to that next level. And a lot of this is all about repetition. You may watch it once or twice, it may not sit, 3 or 4 times, it starts to sit in there. You got a video on here on how to plan for your first 6 figures. Now that may sound, a bit, far away, but it is realistically possible. If you follow the teachings and the materials, and you start to kind of learn around about, the compounding goals and how to compound and grow your wealth. All of this stuff starts to take shape. So certainly I would encourage, kind of looking at, kind of getting your mind in that frame of compounding and growing your account, rather than some people look at it as think, oh, I made £20 today, let me try and take it out or something. Let me actually start looking at growing it and compounding it and letting it grow from there. Then you get compound your account. I didn't even know that was on there, but there you go. So you got plan for your first 6 figures, and then you got gone on to compound your account. And then again, you got another session on the simple scan and web slinger session. Let's click onto one of these and let's just click that out of the way.
Or we broke again. Sheesh, broke it again over here. We broke it. Okay. Or nah, it actually didn't re-break. It re-broke when you actually took the trade, when you was already in, and this market just literally took off on the upside. But we do see here a blue tall volume bar. Wow, look at this, guys. Look at this. This is beautiful.
So I really like watching these sessions and watching the favorites, because the additional benefit you're getting here is, when they're looking at live analysis, and then you can see what they've looked on the indicator. So, Nehanda, if you use the Liberty scanner, or if you use an hourglass, depending on what strategy you're using, you've got your training that you would have covered on how to use the scanners. Now you're getting a chance to see the educator use those scanners in a live environment. So it's just really kind of helping to reinforce the learning there.
Okay.
And then if I then switch gears to FRX, and Catherine, Manicure, if you ask the team, when I meet this guy in person, it's gonna be a movie. One of my mainstays, his favorite sessions is incredible. If you want to become an absolute expert in trading, and I'm by no means an expert in trading by any stretch of the imagination, but the content that is available here is insane. It really, really is. Have you gone through his bootcamp courses, Catherine?
I'm doing that now actually, because I was doing the academy. Yeah. And then I think Eugene told me about the bootcamp, and so I did the first one. I was like, oh, it's actually much better than the academy, because he kind of expounds on all the topics a lot more. So where the videos are 5 minutes, he kind of goes through like just 3 bits in an hour. So yeah, and I'm actually quite enjoying that.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely spot on. You know, exactly what you said is 100% true. You know, the IM Center, you know, 3, 5, 10-minute long duration. Over here, you're getting a full hour and a half deep dive, you know, into what this stuff is. So you're 100% on the right path if you're doing the boot camp sessions. So the boot camps were all what he did last year, in 2020, and then he's released a number of new videos since then. So once you progress onto them, and there's lots on here, the ones that I would signpost next would be the market mastery ones, which were done at the end of last year. So you got market mastery day 1, day 2, and market mastery day 3, which were done towards the end of last year. And then over the past 2 months, he's also been doing a brand new series, which is, as you can see here, masterclass into Fibonacci's, advanced wave. It's, yeah, the level of content here, you know, it would probably take, you know, so I've been in the academy since July, and I've probably done less learning over the last few weeks. But yeah, I would say it probably takes somebody a good, you know, couple of years to really go through and fully grasp it, which I think, you know, as long as you're willing to put in that time, you know, the financial rewards that you're going to get, you know, are matched. So it's 100% worth putting in the time to go through this content. But yeah, favorite sessions, you've got everything there. And I'm presuming well, I know Nahanda, you mentioned you've watched Millie Mills on the live sessions, so that's fine. Catherine, are you aware of the live sessions as well?
What, the manicure one?
Just in general from the FRX.
In general. Oh yeah.
Perfect. So you watch Anastasia at 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock Monday to Wednesday.
Yeah. Oh, look at you! You got the full schedule.
I know. I'm like, listen. Even I'm impressed with myself.
Yeah, Anastasia, and when it comes to Naz, I've never seen anything like it. Her success rate is different class. It really is.
Yeah.
Different class. Cool. So what I would also say for FRX, so Anastasia as well has got her own favorite. She did a boot camp earlier this year. So that's in favorite sessions. She's got a boot camp from here. Yeah, so day 1, which is on the 22nd of March. Again, if you go into her page, go into favorites, she's got, you know, day 1, live trading plus US 30, everything about exits, everything you've been looking for, and then stop hunts, how to not be hunted and become a sniper yourself. So again, very good series to watch, series 1 to 5. And then she actually did a boot camp earlier in the year, at the start of the year. So she's done 2 boot camps in the space of, you know, 4 months. Again, you know, the value that is available there is first class. And then one of my other favorites, so you've got the FRX, so you should be able to access Kim Torres, who is regarded by many as one of the top traders in the company. She hasn't got much on her favorites, but I know these 2 from October are incredibly valuable as well. But again, it's a different strategy. So maybe kind of look towards this maybe later on after you've kind of gone through your manicure stuff. But certainly these 2 from the end of October, you know, very good, very good. So that's Kim Torres. And if we go back over to HFX, I mean, Nahanda, you're on the right path, really. I mean, there's not really much more I would add to that. You know, for, you know, a lot of people that I know that do HFX tell me, you know, exactly that what you said. You know, Brandon Boyd and Josh Lee, people use for the pure education value, and then, you know, for the live trading sessions with Millie Mills, you know, just to kind of earn and learn, is a great mix. You know, and I know on their page they've got insane amount of learning content. You know, really, really in depth. Go to their favorite sessions. You know, price action, banker's candle, simple scalper strategy. It's just, you know, the level of resources here. So, you know, going back to what Catherine said about, you know, joining a few months ago, not really having a chance to go into the materials. Certainly once you start to get into it, and if you can do, you know, an hour a day or half an hour a day, or, you know, every other day, you know, it's just going to really, really set you up. And I think the key thing really is just continuous. You know, if anything, is you learn a new language, but it's just about that consistency that will get you to where you want to get to.
Yeah. You have to put in the time.
Yeah, that's the key thing, isn't it? You have to put in the time. Otherwise, you know, you can't sit there and say you're not, you know, being successful if you're not putting in the time. You know, you have to dedicate time to learning this, but it's definitely worth it. Would there be anything else I would touch upon on these two? I think you're both fine. I mean, you're both obviously, you know, relatively new, but you're both, you know, some people I've spoken to that, you know, just started or, you know, a couple months in, you know, don't know about how to navigate this, but you've both clearly got your main educators. You know, you've got, you know, what sessions you're watching, you know the times. So you both seem pretty set up. Obviously, all the educators are the same. So anybody you click into, you know, same kind of layout. You can watch their recorded sessions. You can watch their favorite sessions again. You know, it's all the same kind of layout here, trading mindset. And most of them, you know, from my experience, they all pretty much cover, you know, similar principles, because all the principles are, you know, mindset, psychology, you know, bankers candles, you know, emotional trading, institutional trading, all of these kind of concepts. It's just explained in a different way. So, you know, you're going to find that you will have a particular liking to one person or a couple of people. So don't feel afraid to kind of navigate the system and, you know, check out other people as well. When I first started, I solely focused on manicure. Manicure was brilliant for me. As I'm kind of a year in now, I've branched off and I've looked at other educators and taken bits from other people, and that's really, really valuable as well. So definitely I would encourage that. If you go to educators over here, and then you can select English, and you can see you just got, you know, a host of you know, people that you can select from, that, you know, just cover different things. You know, Dr. Kathy again is a very popular one. I mean, everyone's, you know, got their, you know, people that they particularly like. You know, one that I particularly like is Luke Longmire. You know, he's got a favorite session. You know, very, very simple. You know, how do the banks trade? The psychology of the banks, having a trading plan. You know, how your mind. You know, he talks a lot about how simple trading is. If you go onto his Go Live sessions, he will spend about 45 minutes talking about psychology, talking about mindset, talking about you know, governments and the US government, and then he'll spend 5 minutes drawing up a chart, and then he'll call 4 trades in 5 minutes, and then the session's over. And it's like, you know, guys, you know, trading is very simple once you get it. He said the hardest thing to master is your mind. And I find a lot of them refer back to the mind. So yeah, so what I would say is don't knock any session you see around mindset, because you do quickly find with trading that the mindset is actually the biggest barrier. And I've certainly encountered that myself, you know, over the year. Yeah, the mindset is, you know, you get into a position where you're not used to making this type of money, you know, within minutes or within an hour, but then for some reason you become, you know, kind of greedy and you want more, and it's like, oh, let me just be happy with, you know, with what I've made, and then you quickly forget that, you know, if the bank offered you, you know, £10 interest for the day, you take it, but why is it when you come on the charts you want, you know, 200, 300? But it's just the human mind sometimes, isn't it?
That's true. It's true.
So true. You know, you totally transition. You know, you should be happy with, you know, if you get, you know, £20, £10, whatever, depending on what lot size you have. You know, that's far better than what you're getting from the bank. It's probably you know, better than a lot of people's, you know, kind of hourly wage, or, you know, have, you know, people are paid. So, you know, when you compare it to that, it's really, it's good. But for some reason, as the human mind is like, we treat this as different, which is the thing to really overcome. But yeah, that's kind of an overview of that. Any questions? Anything? You know, obviously, so it's only the two of you, so I'm happy to kind of answer anything or explain anything more, or if there's anything separate that you guys might be stuck on, I can see if I can help.
You know, let me ask you a question. From you know, the pivot, yeah?
Yeah.
No, it's not the pivot. I think I'm messing up now. No. What you call it again? The ones that you use to count. Like you said, Dick, oh God, I was doing it on Monday with 11 o'clock. See, I've got it in the. No, is it the pips?
Oh, the pips,
you
yeah.
know when, yes. I don't really understand that, because I hear they talk about it, but I don't get what it is.
Okay, cool. That's fine. I can show you. Do you use your HFX, aren't you?
Yeah.
And what HFX strategy are you using?
I use Web Slinger.
Web Slinger, yeah. Okay, so I'm not massively familiar with Web Slinger, but let's have a look.
As long as it doesn't matter if you use another one, as you just show me whatever best to give the example of.
That's fine. It should have the similar layout.
Okay.
So that is under Liberty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why can't I click onto that? Liberty, okay. Just bear with me. Yeah, it does have it on there, so that's fine. So let me go back to you and then share my screen. I was just checking if it was on there. Okay, so this is your one, Liberty, or is it under?
Yeah, yes, it
Web
is. Yes, yeah.
So over here in the far corner, you've got different measurement tools. So you've got this one. Is that the right one? Let me make sure. That is the right one, yeah. So this one over here, which is called the, should tell your name, prediction and measurement tool. If you click on that, and then if you click long position means buy, or short position means sell. So if you click on long, for example, I'm just going to put it anywhere on it. I'm going to put it at 140. I'm going to put it here basically. So 140. So if I line that up there, basically, you can see where this green bar, this green background, and going up and down. Yeah. Yes. So the pips are basically the first two digits. So this is basically moving and saying that this is 53 pips. If you move it down, it's going down 30 pips, 20, 16 pips, all the way up. You can see it moving up and down.
Yeah, I can see it. Yes, it's the 601. Yeah.
Yeah. And how that's linked to the market is it's basically saying the market has moved 60 points from your entry. So we looked at we set the marker at 1.4002 and currently at 1.603. So it's from 1.400. So with pips you count the
digit after the
yeah exactly. Yeah, so that's moved. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes, yes. Okay.
Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. If you don't want to use
Yeah.
that one, then you can also use this one here, the ruler. They both do the same
Okay.
thing. So
Okay. Mm-hmm.
put the ruler here, and then you moved
Mm-hmm.
it up to here. It will just tell
Yeah.
you here 77 pips.
Pips. Okay.
Yeah. So you can either use the ruler,
Okay.
or you can use the measurement tool here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. No problem. Catherine, how about yourself?
I don't think so for today. Nothing I can think of at the moment, anyway.
Okay. Okay. Cool. All right, guys. Well, that's been short and sweet. Hope that's been you both were in a great place already. So you it may not have added much value, but hopefully it was good just to kind of know you're on the right track. You certainly are. You know, if you've gone through the academy and you've got your favorite educators, you're going on to the Go Live sessions. 100% the right thing to do. It really is. Some people join, don't watch the Go Live sessions, try and go off and do their own thing, and then struggle. Whilst you may not fully understand everything on the Go Live sessions, little things will start to sink in, and then you will start to have moments where you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. It will start to happen over time. With anything, it's like learning something new for the first time. So yeah, the main thing I'd say is continue doing what you're doing. Persevere, and yeah, you're certainly in the right place.
Thank you.
Actually, I just remembered something. Where can I find? I don't know if it's still like maybe on the manicure like recorded sessions, like the best place to get training on the pivot chart. I really don't get it, and I'm like, cause I almost need like a basic training, as in like this is what it is and this is what it does and this is how you use it, if that makes sense.
Are you so did you say pivots, did you say, or are you doing harmonics with manicure?
So I'm doing harmonics with manicure, but do I not need the pivots for FRX as well, or I don't need? If I don't need to, then that would save me like a headache. Does it matter?
So are you doing any live trades at the moment, or are you still on your demo, or are you just doing the education at the moment?
Both. I'm doing both at the moment.
Well, as in some live and some.
Yeah, so I'm like literally doing like trialing like small ones on my live just to see how it goes as well, and then still doing the demo.
Okay, I understand. And for both your live and your demo, what are you using pivots for those? Are you?
Not really, I'm not, but I don't know. I feel like I should be, or maybe I don't have to be.
Depends. What are you using to make your trading decisions? Like what?
I'm using the so let me I'll tell you what I do. So I use the Harmonics scanner because I kind of get it now, mostly, quite a bit actually. And then what I do is as well is I use on TradingView. It's got like some indicators, and I literally use TradingView because I prefer that for the time as to like how long before the candle closes or that, and then yeah, and it's got some indicators as to whether or not like the currency pairs in a buy or a sell, and if you go into it, it kind of tells you how, like it's got like a couple of time frames. So that's all I use it for. But yes, I've been mainly using the Harmonics scanner.
Okay. Okay. So I suppose that there's a few things then. First thing is, most people will say to you, you want to stick to a chosen strategy, which is the right thing. Equally though, one of the good things about having a demo account is you can try new things out. So I'm guessing you mentioned pivots because of there's like pivot sessions in the group. Is that why you come across pivots, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the team I know started using pivots a while ago because it was a strategy that, as I understand it, was very simple to follow for a new person. So you're very, very welcome to jump onto the pivot sessions with Mobes. I think she does 3 days a week on the mornings. So you're very welcome to just.
Yeah, I have, but you see that because I was actually on there today, and where I thought, yeah, it's good, but like almost as if I don't know what the things mean, if that makes sense. So like I find they're good sessions for someone who knows what the pivot chart does, if that makes sense. I'm looking for like I don't know, like, I mean, if I don't need to use that, because I haven't tried both strategies to say, okay, I prefer this to that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just thought, I don't know if there's like a basics training for the pivot strategies to understand it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't do pivots myself.
What do you do?
So I do harmonics, and I also do ECC11, which is vibrato.
I've heard about that. What is that? Oh, okay.
So vibrato is.
If you do harmonics and you're like on your way to a funded account, it's not that bad then, is it?
No, I mean,
I might stick with it.
Well, the thing is, I think what sometimes happens is people, kind of rate things higher than the other, and from my experience, I don't think one is more than better than the other. I think it's just down to how you use it and how you interpret it and what you have a better liking to. No, because the academy has over 400,000 people across the world. If I log on to Facebook, I don't know if you guys follow the Facebook groups, but there's a different kind of Facebook group for each strategy. So there's one for DeLorean, there's one for pivots, there's one for harmonics, and people all around the world are like posting. I've won today. I've caught this many tips today. So people on all the different platforms are generally being successful, or certainly the ones that are posting are successful. There might be people that are not posting, they're not successful. I wouldn't say that there's one that's better than the other. It's more just what you kind of have a better liking to based on your strategy, based on you as a person. Like for me, ECC11 works really well because it's a very quick scalping strategy. And then I started off when I started back in July using harmonics. So that was the one that I learned the best. And particularly in harmonics. Have you heard of the scanner source strategy?
I've heard of it, but I haven't learned it, if that makes sense.
Okay, so the scanner source strategy is certainly one of my favorite strategies. It basically combines a lot of different indicators together in one. So if we go to FRX and then go to Manny, and then go to favorites, and then he has a video, a couple of videos on the scanner source strategy.
Okay.
Yeah, I will definitely.
Go through that then.
Yeah, you can definitely. So if you go to harmonics, and then why is it not? There we go. Come on. Just let this load for a second. And then you will, I'll show you guys what that looks like. All right. Oh, thank you. Looks nice. So it's still loading at the moment. But basically what you've got on here is you've got 5 different indicators that have different kind of responsibilities almost. You've got a fertility indicator, you've got a moving average indicator, you've got a directional moving indicator, you've got a EMA, and you've got another indicator. So they've all got basically different things, and what you're looking for them all to synchronize in either a buy or a sell movement. And as long as they do that, then that confirms that you can go for a buy or a sell. And all you're literally looking for is just the colors to line up. So either blue, 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 or red, 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 red. And then you can take it for a buy or a sell. But this is not, I don't know why it's not loading, unfortunately. Let me try again. Perfect, here we go. So, I certainly watched Manicue's video, but say for example, see if I can find one that actually, I'm gonna probably need a later one. Okay, this one looks. Hold on, let me change my broker. Okay, so not yet, not one. Let's just find one. Okay, this one looks fine. So all we're looking for, if I zoom in a bit more, is you can see we've got the D at the bottom. So you know D, you're looking for a buy, looking for the market to go up. And all we're looking for is basically all blue. So we're looking for a blue candle here with what's called a flat bottom. And you know, this is explained more in the video, but a flat bottom basically means there's no wicks underneath it. So you can see here, there's no wicks on this candle here.
Yeah.
You're then looking for blue on the awesome oscillator. So that's blue here. You're then looking for blue over red, so blue over the red on the DMI. Then you're then looking for blue over red on the stochastics. And as long as you've got all those confirmations lined up, then you can take this trade for a buy. And then you can see on this trade, if I entered on the next candle here, actually let me use the one. I do prefer the other one. Let's use this instead. Long position. So if you entered on the opening of the next candle, you can see this is already 21 pips in profit. Yeah, so 21 pips in profit. So it's just additional confirmation based on all of your other indicators lining up. You can then take that trade for buy or sell.
Okay. Oh, that's something I was going to ask you about. Oh, you know the Harmonics scanner? Does it, maybe it's just me and I'm not looking properly, but does it go through all the different currency pairs? Because there's sometimes when like I'm looking for like a particular one, but I can't find it on that bit on the side.
Yeah, it won't. The Harmonics scanner is designed, it's an algorithm-based software. So it only gives you currency pairs that are likely to lead into profit. I think the calculation is 75 to 80%. So over here, it gives you random pairs, but that's based on the algorithm that has analyzed the market.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So you'll only ever find random pairs. You'll never be able to like log on, and obviously you might want to say, I want to see if GJ is on there. If it's on there, then that's because the scanner has said based on the kind of what the market is doing, it's likely to go for a sell.
So then does it change in terms of currency pairs, or does it always stay the same?
Say that again, sorry. Does it change?
So like, does it just go through the same currency pairs and the algorithm just kind of scans those currency pairs, or does it scan all the different currency pairs and then brings up whichever ones are would be more lucrative, basically, or are more viable?
Yeah, exactly. So it changes throughout the day, and it'll only give you the ones which are, like you said, you know, kind of most likely to lead into profit.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yes, that's fine. And then I think you asked about pivots. So I don't do pivots myself, but if you go onto pivots, they've got like a video on YouTube. It looks like.
Okay.
Looks like it's an old video.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't say sell stop.
Watching that.
Then, you know, maybe that it keeps putting it. Choose
Oh,
with.
you seen that one already?
It's funny because after the session this morning, I started watching it, but my alarms woke up, so I had to stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm hoping to go through it properly, but yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, very welcome. Very, very welcome. All right. Well, I hope that's been beneficial, guys. Good to meet you both. Always have to see faces, but you guys have left your cameras off. You let me talk to a blank screen for 50 minutes.
It's all right.
Sorry, next time.
No. All right. All right.
Thank you very much. It's actually been quite useful.
Thanks.
Good. No, you're very welcome.
All right, then, bye.
All right. You have a good rest of the evening.
And you too.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.